Then we see. Okay, let's get started here. Can you hear me? Yeah, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Come on. Somebody type in. Can you hear me? Okay, good. Okay, good. Great day yesterday. Nice start to the week. We had this thing yesterday. We were about to break 5,500. Couldn't go up. Couldn't go down. So we went up. We popped up. We took two tests lower, and then it popped back up again. And now it sits okay. It's sitting okay. There's all these Biden rumors. Who knows what's going on there? Don't really care. But you have to understand, here's the big thing about the Biden thing. If, for some reason, he were to pass, and if, for some reason, it happens fast, they will close the market. And if they close the market on a Friday, or maybe a Thursday and a Friday, or maybe 3 days, because it's a standing precedent, they can do that. And all your options go to zero. And if they go to zero, you're screwed. Too bad. It is what it is. All you have to do is look at characteristics or risks of standardized options. It tells you right there. If the market is closed, all your options expire. That's it. It's really, really, really that simple. Okay? So that's what we know. That's what we know. Right? How about Tesla? So the logic on some of this stuff is not really hard, but people really don't get it. And you just have to get better in logic. As you get better in logic, you get better in trading. You get better in trading, you do better, you take less risk, and you don't do dumb stuff. Okay? If you continue to do dumb stuff, you just fail. Okay? Don't do dumb stuff. Okay? Very, very straightforward. Tesla was simple because they're going to buy Tesla. Because if for some reason he says something about robots or this, or we're an AI company, or this, or they did better in their solar business and their earnings do better, they're going to rip this sucker to 291 really, really fast. Okay, so now what we did is what we always do. We bought the 270s right away at 340, and they're going to open at 640, so they're going to be up $3. But we already took $2 and we added the 300s for next week. So we're going to let those play out. So we're going to sell the original ones. We're going to let the second ones play out, and you have $1 profit after that, no matter what happens. If everything goes to shit, you're up $1. If everything rips, you're going to be up $20. Trading 101. That's it. That's how you do it. Very, very straightforward, not hard. Okay? SPX is doing nothing, but it's really, really simple here. If we take out 5,500, we're probably going to go to 5,350 and very, very fast. I mean lightning quick. But if we get over 5,600 or even get near 5,600 and the PCE is good on Friday, we may go right back to high of year. Now, like I told you, there's no compelling reason for the market to go down. Doesn't mean anything. It just means that the downs are limited. Okay? Downs are limited. Upside, very straightforward here, you need the semis to come back. And today's the first day that you're going to get news because you're going to get Google earnings. And the Google earnings, I don't really give a shit about Google at all. We only care about the Google Cloud. If Google Cloud is good, that means Amazon Cloud, they're going to take Amazon up because Amazon Cloud, and then they get Microsoft Cloud. But if the cloud is good, that means they're buying more chips. That means that NVIDIA is better. That means that Lam Research is better. That means all the semis are better. How about Lam Research yesterday? You bought those at 470, sold them at 1050. Grand slam right off the bat. We bought a lot of them, 200. Very nice. So that was pretty simple. But here's the thing. Lam Research went from 1130 to 930. It dropped 200 points. How did you not know it was going to go as soon as it went? And how did you know it was going to go? Very straightforward. Because ASML went up. ASML missed earnings. It started the down wave in the chip equipment companies. So when it was up 30, you knew Lam Research would go with it. Not really rocket science, right? Very straightforward. Okay? CrowdStrike. These guys are clowns. CrowdStrike is Boeing. I understand it's different than Boeing, but it's Boeing. They took down the world. Okay? I'm just telling you. You can't do dumb stuff. So think about whoever coded that didn't test it. Okay. So maybe he's an amateur and they hired somebody out of school to code it, or they had some clown doing it. Okay, that's one thing. Okay? Here's the next thing. The manager didn't pound on the guy. Way back when I was doing IT and stuff, I mean, these guys would come to me all the time and they say, oh, I tested it. I said, okay, keep testing it. Well, I don't want to. Okay, go home. We can put you on leave. That's all you do. That's all you tell them. And they'll go back and test. And then you tell them, show me what test you did. Because these guys don't do testing. And I told you yesterday on the call, I told you, this is as simple as if Apple makes a change on their screen and says, change the background color to, I don't know, whatever. And all of a sudden, somebody codes it as change the background color to white. They roll it out. You're not going to see anything. All the text aren't going to show up on anything. It's that simple. And mistakes happen, but you have to test. And they didn't test. So when you don't test, all these people that don't understand, you're completely liable. You're rolling out stuff that you didn't test. That means you're liable. Airlines, 4,000 flights? 4,000 flights at Delta? Think about this insanity of this stuff. Now, I don't really blame the CEO except for he hired some goofball. Because the CEO shouldn't be involved in this. I understand that. But he should know that you don't roll out. If you roll out to one state at a time or one region at a time or this. I mean, none of this stuff is rocket science. It's all simple. Okay? So it's going to go lower. And they're going to miss on earnings, and they're going to guide lower. Then they're going to take provisions for lawsuits, and then they're going to guide lower. So over time, it goes lower and lower and lower, has no chance of coming back. It's a long time before it comes back. Okay? Google earnings today. How far does it go? Google is interesting because if you look at by the numbers, Google is supposed to make $1.90. So let's say make $2. So times that by 4. $2 a quarter times 4. Okay? That's $8. Times it by a 30 PE, that's $2.40. That's different. The PE, the stock should be around $2.40. So that's interesting. So just keep an eye on that. But they have this ChatGPT and all this search things, and do they guide higher, and do their margins come lower? So all that stuff's involved, okay? But the big thing in Google is all the chip equipment and all the chip things go if it rips, okay? Bitcoin MicroStrategy, I think that's set up. Trump is presenting Thursday. If he presents Thursday, then does Bitcoin go? How about the beast number on coin keeps getting to 266 and go? If it can pop through 266, probably gets 271 and 282, then we see. MicroStrategy, same thing, very close to a breakout. Does it take off? Then we see. SMCI, if they don't guide up, that means they have a liquid cooling problem. It will head lower if they don't guide up. Okay? Just understand that. Very straightforward. And that's what we have. Outside of that, not too much happening that we see. But very nice start to the week, doing well. Trade well. SPX up and down, need, okay, let's get going here. Good morning, everybody. 7:23. Okay, SPX, very straightforward here. 55.71, 55.91. Anything over 5,600 is 56.09. Okay, PCE will move it. Underneath 55.21, 55.03, and then 54.91. If 54.91 breaks, it's a cliff. Okay. Avago doing nothing. 161, 177 underneath 157. Nvidia a little bit better, acting a little bit better. 126, 131 underneath 119. Still nothing about this issue that they have, liquid cooling and all that stuff. Do they guide down? Do they guide up? Don't know. Okay, just understand that that's there. As long as you know it's there, it's not a big deal. CrowdStrike 261, 250, 252. PanW not getting a lot of action. 341. ASML still can get to 972, but then after that, 4 to 6 week avoid. Lam Research 972, 1,000, 1,009. This can go all the way to 1032 if Google Cloud is good. Very interesting, right? Google 188, 191. Goldman Sachs needs 491 and 500. AMD under 141 is a cliff. I'm sorry, under 149 is a cliff, and it will die hard and fast. Carvana 131, 136. ARM in no man's land. When it gets like this, when ARM gets like this, it kind of just sits and does nothing. So don't overpay. Coin 266. MicroStrategy right there needs Bitcoin to break through. NASDAQ, if we break 5,500 on the down, this can go all the way to 19,300. If we break through 5,600, this could easily be 20,500 on Friday at close. Tesla, 256, 261, 269 earnings. Let's see what happens. SERV a little bit better, just sitting there. We took our profits. Interesting play. Microsoft, no man's land. NOW, no man's land. That's what we know. That's what we know. Everybody have a great trading day. See you in chat.